Hello, everybody. Let's get the camera on. There we go. It's gonna pop me on there. There we are. And welcome to the Above Average Baseball Show with your host, TheKingSource. We're all trying to figure out where's Trevor Story going. He's the last big free agent out there. Well, I guess, what's his name? Mike Conforto as well. But all of them have signed. So it'll be interesting to see where Trevor Story goes. We have a lot of subjects to cover right there. And I am on a time limit. I have an hour to be over at a big party. It starts at 4 o'clock my time, 6 o'clock Eastern. So I hope to get this done in a half hour. I can't go much more than a half hour today with this show. I even started early just so I can get to my party. So you can see all of our categories. We're going to talk about all the free agent moves and a couple of trades. And is it just me or is the thing acting up with my hair? Let's go ahead and change that background. Just make it look a little better if we can. Give me a second here. What about this one? Nope, that one fritzed out immediately. Let's go with that one. Ah, well, okay, we guess we can go with that one. Doesn't look much better. No, I guess we can flick over to this one. Not much better, so I guess it's just going to fritz out. Would be a perfect ending for the Yankees postseason, or off-season, I guess. It would be signing Story, then completing a trade for Sean Murphy and Sean Manaea. I think that'd be the perfect way to end this. You get your starter, you pick a catcher and shortstop, just boom. But let's go ahead and get into some of this. Freeman to the Dodgers. I called it all along. How many of you caught my show I did back in January when I perfectly predicted where all three of the big first basemen would go? I said Olsen to the Braves, Freeman to the Dodgers, and Rizzo to the Yankees. How many of you caught that? Freeman is a Dodger. He signed a 6-year deal worth over $150 million, so he did get the 6 years. A little bit of a surprise to me, but he got it. So, he's a Dodger. And he's going to rake in Dodger Stadium. It's a lot more hitter-friendly than the Braves Park was. Truist Park, I think is what they call it. So look out for him and look for revenge games for him. He's going to knock the crap out of Braves pitching now. Next one, Correa to the Twins. Huh? Can anybody explain this one? Huh? Correa to the Twins? I don't get it. I don't get this one. He signed a 3-year deal, $105 million, opt-outs after the first 2 years. The only thing I can figure is he's trying to just go play a year somewhere and then reset his value. That's the only thing I can figure on him. That's it. That's all I got on this one. I do not get it. Makes no sense at all. Very confusing move. Very confusing move. Next one. Yankees Mega trade. They traded Gio Urshela for Josh Donaldson, as you can see on your screen here. They got a lot better. Josh Donaldson is one of the better hitters in baseball. Gio is not. He's got twice the average exit velocity Donaldson does. Much better max exit velocity. Almost twice the hard hit percentage. You look at all of these, way up there. It's unbelievable. Even better chase rate than Gio Urshela. Gio Urshela chased a lot, as you can see down at 5%. Bottom 5%, by the way. He's so much a better player, it's not even funny. Even defensively, he's better. He doesn't commit the errors Gio does. He's a lot more natural there. So this is a great move. I love the move. We'll see how it pans out. It should be a very fun one to watch. Another one, and I broke this one. Nicholas Castellanos has joined the Phillies. Take that timestamp. Compare it with any other, it will be way ahead of them. Hours and hours ahead of them. I think 11 hours ahead of them. And my source apologized. He meant to say $100 million. He thought it was 6 years. It was 5 years. So he did give me the numbers off, but I had the deal. I had it done. I broke it. So, and this is a very interesting one. First they get Kyle Schwarber, then they get Castellanos. So they got one of the best middle lineups in baseball. Not the best, but one of them. So look out for the Phillies. They're doing great things out there. They're doing great things. They're going to probably be scoring about 5-6 a game and giving up 8 a game. That's how bad their staff is. That's a lot of questions outside Zach Wheeler there. Olsen to the Braves, but yeah, he bought a house in Atlanta back in November, proving the tampering. And this right at the end of November, he knew he wasn't going to sign there yet, but this proves the tampering. This is actually criminal. Violates the CBA, which they can prosecute up to a felony charge on that. It'd be on the Braves, not Olsen. What would happen is if the MLB did anything, they'd void the trade out and also be banned from being traded to the Braves. Which, if I had to guess, I'd say that the A's would hold on to until the trade deadline, just retrade him to the Braves. So I wouldn't end up doing anything in the end. Probably the same package. But yeah, Olsen got traded to the Braves, and it was before Freeman signed. So they just gave up. They panicked, just went got him, and I couldn't find the tweet, but we know the Braves didn't even try for Freeman. They made 2 phone calls to him all offseason, never made him an offer after getting his demand. So the Braves never tried for Freeman. The Yankees kept Rizzo. I mentioned this one already. They re-signed Rizzo to a 2-year, $32 million deal. That is $16 million per year for your mathematicians. I knew it was coming. I never for a second believed the Yankees' first base would be anybody but Rizzo. And I apologize for the graphics issues. I'm not sure what is going on here with my hair and everything. It just looks a little weird. I don't get what's going on. It's supposed to fit the background around me, and it's not doing a very good job. But it is what it is. That we got to work with. But yeah, the Yankees re-signed Rizzo. He will be the first baseman. They give him another lefty bat, and I don't think he opts out after this season. I think he will stay with it and then be a free agent after the 2023 season. Kris Bryant to the Rockies. Another head scratcher. Another one that gives you a headache. I don't get this one either. The Rockies refused to pay their own homegrown Nolan Arenado, who they'd already signed an extension with. Trade him only to give the same money to Kris Bryant. What's going on up there in Coors, up in Denver? I don't get this one. But yes, 7-year deal, $180-something million. Something's off here. I don't know why the Cardinals. The Rockies going out of the way to get this guy. Doesn't really fit anything. They're nowhere near close to being a contender or anything. It's a weird one. Anyway, Seiya Suzuki to the Cubs. Who could have seen that one coming? And notice the background is Wrigley Field. And I will get to the Jack Curry and once we get to the final news and notes. Good reminder. Thanks, Kyle. Seiya Suzuki to the Cubs. Yes, he signed with the Cubs. It's done. He will play probably Wednesday, his first game there. Is what I've been hearing. We'll see. But yes, he is a Cub. It's a great fit. The Cubs were the second best fit for him per all the projection websites. The best was the Padres, actually. Yankees were third. Fourth was Baltimore before the changes. After the change, Baltimore fell clear down about 28th. So the fourth now is another one. And John Heyman just tweeted something. And with what is going on, I'm going to go check it immediately. Just want to make sure what it is. Make sure it's nothing big. Now the Twins are trying to trade for Montez or Manea from the Athletics. So, yeah, that was nothing. Let's clear that out. So, getting back to it. Suzuki signed a 5-year deal for about $90 million. I think it was $75 million bonuses or whatever. So it's pretty close to what I'd been projecting. I did not really think the Cubs would go after him. The lockout answer, they made the whole full court push and got him, and I broke it, by the way. You seen my tweets, I broke it. I knew it was coming for anybody. Voit to the Padres, and again, another one I broke. Check the timestamps with everybody else. I had it way ahead of everybody. And notice my verbiage in there, I was completely poo-pooing the Yankees even going for one of the Padres' big starters for him. Right, I think for a second who's expendable for them, being the Padres, or not. That was me saying straight up, it's going to be prospects. We're not getting anybody, but the Yankees aren't getting anybody but prospects in it. That's what I put that in there, kind of a code, but that's exactly what I was saying. Okay. So we're getting through all of our subjects. The next one, and this is a surprise. Cashman threw Hal under the bus. Cashman admitted Hal Steinbrenner is the whole issue and always has been. How did he do that? Look at this. Interesting. Cashman would leak. The Yankees didn't go for Freeman because of budget. That's straight up throwing Hal Steinbrenner under the bus, saying it's not me, it's him. I said if they went after one, those are the ones that the Yankees would go after. I never said they'd get one. I pretty much flat out said they'd get a prospect. If you know how to read that last line. So, we need to stop getting on Cashman at all. And probably Yankees fans need to bond together in a class action lawsuit to force Hal Steinbrenner to sell, just like the Clippers forced the former owner to sell to Steve Ballmer. Something's got to happen here. You can't have an owner that's out there putting useless budgets on there when they have an area need. Now, they did get a good first baseman in Rizzo. Well, I think he'll have to be better than Freeman going forward, as long as he stays healthy. That's a big one. But he'll be the perfect tutor for Austin Wells, excuse me, and other Yankees. So this is quite interesting. Quite interesting. The Cash just threw him under the bus. Okay? I want to go back and talk about the Padres one for a second. It's a great fit for the Padres because their park is built for right-handed hitters. Notice how easy that left field is to hit balls into. I can see Voit going 3,000 there in that park. Just raking over there. Just raking. Now, one thing I can't confirm on this as well is the Yankees did ask about Snell. They asked about Clevenger and one other pitcher, Chris Paddock. Not the Darvish or your other guys, Danielson Lamet. They asked about those three. Didn't get very far with any of them. Got the furthest with Snell, but didn't get very far there. Then the Yankees decided we need to drop salary. Why are they dropping salary? That one's confusing unless they're planning to bring in Story or Conforto, add more salary. Just trading for Murphy and Manaea doesn't justify dropping salary like that. So, yeah. And we'll get to the question and answer session now. Go ahead and drop your questions. We will talk about it. Remember, I've only got a short time. I may cut this one off early. I'm going to go check here, see if there's anything worth noting on the baseball front. The Yankees catcher, the one that just got the trade, Ben Revolt, I believe is how you pronounce it. He is injured. He should be back early April. We'll see. It is a quad and groin injury. They're kind of connected there, the bottom of your torso. So we're not exactly sure what happened there. So that's one to talk about. The Cubs added Smiley. So now they have Miley and Smiley. Two lefties. A little weird. A little confusing. A little bit of a tongue twister. So, and now that we know where all these guys are going outside Story, and I'm kind of feeling Story will be Rangers or Yankees. That's kind of the feel I have of him based off what I've heard. Right now, I'd give slight edge to the Rangers. It just depends on what the Yankees do. And the Rangers are his hometown team, so he would go there to play third base. It could come down to he wants to be shortstop, so because the Yankees play shortstop. So, one here, Roberto Perez with the Pirates, and he idolized Roberto Clemente when he was young. So that's a good one, fun one for him. He got traded from the Indians to the Pirates, so that's a fun one. And that story about David Ortiz just keeps getting more and more fake. They're saying a drug kingpin put a hit on him. I don't buy that for a second. You're not going to take out the most terrible people in your country. That story is getting more and more fake. I don't know why they're doing that, but... and the Astros do get a compensatory pick, by the way, for Correa. I can confirm that one. Kyle Zimmer signed with the Reds. That one's just out. It's a minor league deal. If Story popped and Conforto pops before I go on here, I get off, and I will break those live on air. I don't know if they will. And the Cubs signed a lot of talent. They brought a lot of guys in. They're probably about an 85, 90 win team. Keep that one in mind. Yeah, Tommy Pham is probably going to go to an NL team. Gardner as well. The only three teams Gardner's even talking to right now, Brett Gardner, only three are the Giants, the Brewers, and the Phillies. I'm not even sure he's talking to Marlins now that Jeter's gone. So, if the Yankees bring Story in, what do they do with extra infield? Torres would get traded, and then Isaiah Kiner Falefa would be the utility man. And bear in mind, he can play catcher, second base, shortstop, third base, left field, right field. He plays everywhere. So Falefa, could be a pretty good utility man. So, and if I had to guess, a Tommy Pham, it's going to be a team late in spring training once that extra outfielder gets him. He was traded to the Padres from the Rays, and they just let him go. They just released him for whatever reason. Remember to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Like the video, leave comments on, helps everybody out. Because it helps my analytics out so I know who's watching and where to share it with the next video. That's why it helps everybody out. Keep bringing your questions in. If questions stop, I may end this show earlier. I'm actually surprised if I got through all the subjects. Just to help you guys out here, let's go ahead. Put the subjects up on the screen, and then if you have a question about them, there you go. You can ask about one of those. And I'm still baffled by the Rockies grabbing Bryant. That one is just confusing. He doesn't fit there. He becomes the star there. It's his team now. But he has so many chances. And other teams have wanted to... He could have played for a contender, and he didn't. So that one is very weird. And by the way, did you see that kid get outed? Almost got his dad fired by the Rangers. let me pull it up here. It was MLB drops, and an account called MLB drops just deactivated after breaking several offseason news stories and being exposed as a Rangers hitting coach, his son. That is bad. If he did not deactivate, the Rangers found out about that, he would be fired in an instant. The hitting coach would be fired, and they bring another hitting coach in. That's how serious it is. That's why I dropped that tweet, kind of giving you a hint. Sources are sources. They will give you information, but if you rat them out, they're fired immediately, and you get blackballed in the business. And interesting one, Jacoby Brissett will join Watson with the Browns, and I do not get why the Browns just went all out to get him, wasted on their future. They have no draft picks in the first 2 rounds until 2025, no first rounders until 2027. It's just ridiculous what they just did. It's got something pop up here. I'm trying to pull it up. There we are. And by the way, Rizzo's agent as well does think he will stay for 2023 with the Yankees. He doesn't think he'll opt out. So, any more questions? I agree with that. I think last week at spring training, he'll finally get through his head. No, nobody's going to sign me, and then he'll go jump on it, whatever team has an offer out for him. I would actually not be surprised if he retires. Like a week from now, just announce, okay, I'm done, and retires. Now, the Jack Curry incident, I don't know how many of you saw this. Bear in mind, I have hearing issues. And the kind with their similar names, similar words, I cannot tell the difference. I've always had this since I was 10. It was in a car wreck that caused it. Okay? It was damage to my inner ears when being thrown around the vehicle as it was rolling. So he says Yankees trading Voit to the A's for a pitcher. I heard Volpe. And remember, I cannot tell those together. They start with a V. I'm not going to hear the last part of that because they're so similar. So I tweet out Volpe, and Jack Curry just attacks me in my business. That's it. He just attacks me. He doesn't try to clarify. He doesn't act like a professional. He just attacks my business. And then last night on Yankees Hot Stove, a day afterwards, he mentioned me, said I'm to be ignored as if he was afraid of me because he knows I'm breaking everything. And I just showed you 4 moves that I broke on that screen. 4 of them. I'm the one that broke the news on those. Go over them. I broke the Mega trade. I broke that one. I was the first one to put out that Gary Sanchez had been traded to the Twins. How many remember that one? I broke Castellanos to the Phillies. I broke Suzuki to the Cubs. I broke the Voit trade. All of it. And another thing, and that's a good point there, thousands of people started attacking me. That could get Jack Curry federal corporate sabotage and libel and slander charges. So, if you're in that beep, I'm getting messages. I'm going to go check on him here. He's active if Will Davis will make the Cubs. He just hit a 3-run home run in spring training. Way too early to tell anything like that. Excuse me. With all these guys trying to make the teams, we're probably 2 weeks out from knowing. Okay? Because spring training is going to be extended into April a little bit. So we're probably going to be about that first week of April, but April 2nd, 3rd, we're starting to figure out what these rosters are. And seeing all these players that fit on there. By the way, Austin Wells is blowing people away at Yankees camp. I wouldn't be surprised if they moved to AAA to start out, and he makes an MLB debut this year the way he's raking. First at bat of the spring, gets an RBI single. Almost hit a home run. Lots of stuff. Now let's get to Trevor Story for a second. I put this tweet out an hour ago. It's about 2:17. Why the crap has there been nothing, not even one peep about Story in the last 4 hours, now 5 hours? That is fishy. You had all this stuff left this morning about it, and all of a sudden nothing when we know he's going to be the next free agent to sign. It's a little bit fishy there on Story. Something is off there. Very few teams can keep signing quiet. Yankees are one of them. Others, they'll keep it quiet for a while, but it will leak out. If the Cubs involve the Story, I would know. Remember, I message back and forth with Cubs execs. They're one of the 8 teams I do that with. So, yeah. Another one I wanted to talk about. The Padres farm system is ranked 8th in baseball by MLB.com. Yankees is 13th. They acquired Justin Lange, who's a number 8 prospect in the Padres system, where 8th ranked farm. Go to the Yankees, the 13th ranked farm, worst farm. Also, he's the 20th ranked prospect. That proves farm system rankings are completely rigged by bias. Which team do you like and what you don't? So, Somebody commented on my post, deleted it. That's what happens when you see a hidden thing and you click on it and it's not there. Is they deleted it, or Facebook made them delete it because they attacked you, or Twitter. Both those, they're trying to get where you text messages, just remove the comments. Keep that in mind. He never clarified. He never clarified. He attacked me and blocked me. If he was clarifying, he said, no, I said Voight. Or something like that. To clarify, I said Voight and not block me. Blocking me is attacking me. His exact quote was, no, I didn't say that. Stop misquoting me, you blankety blank, off to the cornfield with you. His exact quote. So, he never tried to clarify. He tried to clarify that he wanted to block me. He would have just worked with me. Just blocking me and throwing me under the bus, that's nothing. And attacking a fellow reporter, nothing any reporter should be doing. That's as unprofessional as it gets. And another one I wanted to talk about, and Mike Ford just flew out to Cody Bellinger. Kind of funny. How about Kenley Jansen to the Braves? 1 year, $60 million deal. And this one Kyle and I were talking about, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. If the Yankees have 20 prospects better than the Padres' top 7, they're more loaded. They're more loaded. I will get to that one as well, but how about Kenley Jansen? He's demanding 4 or 5 years all along. That's what's coming out all during the lockout, everything. First week after the lockout, that's what's coming out. Then out of nowhere, nobody was even talking to the Braves. Boom, Braves, $16 million 1 year deal. What the crap happened? That is fishy. Unbelievably fishy to me. Now, I gave Rachel Luba, I gave her the chance to represent me. She has a law degree. She is an attorney. I gave her a chance to represent me in a lawsuit against Jack Curry for slander and libel. She did contact me. That's all I can say on it. That's all I can legally say on it right now. So that's far as I can go on that one. But getting back to Padres Yankees, if the Padres Yankees have 20 prospects better than the Padres 8th, they cannot be the better farm. They can't be the better farm, period. It's not possible. There's no possible way any prospect can drop 12, 13 spots just because he changed teams. That proves rigging in farm system rankings right there. And that proves that the whole thing is a complete joke. So, and by the way, I got a message from Mike. What's his name? Can't remember his last name. He's a big reporter, and he apologized for Jack Curry attacking me. And he said, and he's one that told me, I think he's just jealous because you've broken so much and he hasn't. And I've even broken some Yankees things, and Jack Curry likes to be the one to do that. Yeah, Ken Rosenthal here said that in signing Carlos Correa, the Twins are pushing to win. There's no excuse for other teams not to do the same. The Twins are a gargantuan market. They're one of the few teams that basically are in 2 gigantic cities, Minneapolis and St. Paul. Both multiple millions of people. So they are a massive market. They're going to be a small market, yet they're in one of the biggest markets in the U.S. Oh, that is funny. It's a video of a cop with his police dog that's a pug. That is freaking funny. Pugs can't do a whole lot unless there's a sniffing dog. I'm checking to see anything else that pops up here. It's not likely Jack Curry gets a criminal charge. I don't think that will happen, but he will probably get a lawsuit and be forced to pay me money. So, the mandate, there are lawsuits. The reason I haven't mentioned it yet, the MLB has filed lawsuits against it, as have the NBA and NFL. So you got a bunch of billionaires joining forces to force the mandate out. I think the commissioner, or well, some towns have commissioners, some have governors. I do not remember whether it's governor or commissioner in New York City, but whoever it is going to have to just bend and release it before opening day. And remember, Randy Levine used to be the assistant governor, or whatever it is there, vice governor, or whatever, or not governor, mayor, whatever it is, and he knows the dirt on these guys. He knows how to push town hall. Mark my words, he will have that mandate removed before opening day. And you've got 2 of the richest guys in baseball, Hal Steinbrenner and Steve Cohen, both fighting this. And it's not just the Yankees. They released on MLB.com there are over 500 current MLB players that are not vaccinated. Every team will be affected. So the rule, I think, will be changed for the end of March. I think before the end of March, they will drop it. Or they will say, wait, baseball's outdoors, it doesn't apply to them. Something like that. Because they've got a lot of pissed off billionaires. Not just millionaires, billionaires. So, including some of them are my cousins. I'm related to 64 billionaires because of my extended family. I showed tweet about that on Twitter a while back. So if you are in Pottsville or Schmoken or Mount Carmel, Pennsylvania, be wary of a tornadic supercell headed at you, dropping lightning like crazy and just a nasty storm. It could drop tornadoes. Just beware. Go for another few minutes. We need to get off because I gotta get over that party. Kind of low views on this one after the last few had massive views. A little weird. Especially if you look at my subscriber count. Jack Curry caused that, and it's going to keep going up. The reason I know it'll keep going up, over 1 million unique people have viewed my YouTube channel in the last 2 days since Jack Curry's crap. So... yeah, you can't be dropping crap like that in the comments. If we don't remove it, YouTube will, and I get in trouble for it. But yes, you're going to have about 40 billionaires filing suit against that mayor. I think it's a mayor in New York City. I don't remember. Here in Idaho Falls, we don't have a mayor. We have commissioners. There's 3 of them. So it's a commissioner's board, basically. Looking at the Brennan home run. Oh, he golfed it the other way. That's something I mentioned and talked about. I haven't put it in one of my lives yet. Why are we seeing so many opposite field home runs now? Why? My subscriber count is over 200 now. It was 28 when Jack Curry did his stuff. Now it's like 250. That's going to keep going up. You should be able to see that, because it should show that right below your screen on the video. Right below the video, it should show the amount of subscribers on my channel. It should. Now, I know what he said. I know exactly what that guy said. And I have no clue what he's talking about either, but you can't be dropping stuff like that. You can't be attacking a content creator of any of the social media accounts. But how, you go back to just the 2009 season, last time Yankees won the World Series, less than 2% of home runs opposite field. Less than 2%. It was just something special player could do. That was like A-Rod was so good and Jeter was so good. Now it's over 40%. Now it's over 40%. Why? And yes, the baseballs have changed. They've gone away from the juiced balls and the dead balls. They should be back to the normal balls. That's the agreement they will be signed with the players after the crap got out against them. They were mixing and matching balls. And Manfred himself admitted the Red Sox pitchers only threw dead balls. The Yankees pitchers only threw live balls in that AL wildcard game. That explains the whole game. That explains the whole game. The regular balls, all 3 of the Red Sox home runs don't get out. That takes 6 runs off the board for the Red Sox. He admitted that. In the NL wildcard game, same thing. And the Dodgers were only sending dead balls and somehow won it, so they overcame it. Tells you how good the Dodgers pitching was. It's Creighton Blue Jays that Tim Brando was talking about, by the way. It's the Creighton Blue Jays. It's not the Toronto Blue Jays. It's an NCAA tournament is going on right now, March Madness. So, what is this? This is Bleacher Nation. It's a Cubs thing, but they talk about a lot of things in sports. Well, that's the same thing I was looking at. So, and my bracket was busted in a game that even the players that won the game claimed was rigged, by the way. Let's keep that one in mind. But getting back to the baseballs, yes, they're going back to the regular balls this year. Every team will have the regular balls. Watch the Rays, the Jays, the Red Sox, the Cardinals, the Giants, all these teams that came out of nowhere last year, in the last couple of years, to fall off a cliff. Because their balls are not getting out for home runs. Brandon Lowe, and it is Lowe, it's not Lau. His dad came out and said it is Lowe, just like Nate Lowe. Watch his home run total get up about 28 to about 12. Okay? The Yankees traded Gio, who they decided was a juice ball fluke. My camera's really acting up right now. That's weird. Do I like Josh Donaldson? I used to love watching him. I'm excited he's a Yankee because what he can bring. It's another big bopper. Especially with Gallo and Rizzo, you now have a very good middle line, probably the best in baseball. If Boone lines the Yankees middle lineup up right, it is the best in baseball. So I do like him. So it is time. I've got to go. I've got to get going, ready to get over that party, everything. Probably won't change clothes, but I do have to go cook something for it, I think. We'll see. But I've got to get over there, maybe set up, we'll see. So we covered all these subjects you can see on your screen. Had a lot of fun with the show. We'll see what I cover next week. I'll probably talk about how players are doing, how they're performing, what players I can project to make opening day. We'll talk about any moves like Story, Conforto, Those kind of, and we're actually expecting a few more big trades. That's the vibe around baseball. A few more big trades are coming, and I think Oakland A's will be one of them. I'm not sure on what the other will be. Montez or Manea will be traded. Murphy could be. Yankees are trying to get Murphy, by the way. A little bit of inside information nobody else is talking about. I'm the only one that has it, basically. I heard that from one of the Yankees coaches. I'm not going to say which one. I'll leave it at that. It is a minor league coach, though. I specify that. They do know the Yankees are going after Murphy. So this has been the King Source with the Above Average Baseball Show. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back next Saturday. I'm going to try to drop videos every day, especially with subscribers going up. If that gets to 1,000, thanks to Jack Curry, it'd be awesome. I can start really making money putting videos up every day. Just talk about things. This has been the King Source Above Average Baseball Show. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment on the video. It helps everybody out. Have a great day, everybody.